Hello, I'm Dani Vittori, and welcome back to another edition of LCTV News. This week marked the official start of Juneteenth, rainbows were flying proudly, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we met with Chris Gomez to talk about the new Senior Center. Here is the news for Friday, June 24th, 2022. Dr. Patrick Tutwiler announced last night he will be stepping down as Superintendent of Lynn Public Schools. In a statement sent to the school committee, Tutwiler said, "I am writing to inform you that I will be resigning as Superintendent of the Lynn Public Schools effective August 12, 2022. The entire Lynn community has been extremely good to me, and I sincerely hope that the community believes that I have given my all as Deputy Superintendent, school years 2015 to 17, and Superintendent, school years 2018 to 22. My decision, albeit untimely, is the best for my health and my family at this time. I extend my sincere gratitude for the honor of leading the Lynn Public Schools. It is an experience I will treasure and reflect upon fondly. I am forever indebted. I look forward to learning about the wonderful things the school committee will do in the years to come," end quote. Lynn has identified 10 areas where they plan to spend more than $35 million from the federal government given to the city through the American Rescue Plan Act. Over the next 2 years, the city will receive a total of $75 million. It must be assigned to projects by December 31st of 2024 and fully spent by December 31st of 2026. Improvements to water systems, parks, roads, and other public venues are among the list. In addition, the creation of affordable housing and the expansion of the preschool education at Lynn Economic Center. Residents are invited to go to lynnarpa.com to complete a survey where they can voice their opinions on the proposed locations. The survey is also available on our website, lyntv.org. This is in addition to extensive outreach which was done earlier this year to compile the list of proposed projects. The survey will remain open until June 30th, 2022, with the City Council expected to vote on the proposed spending on July 12th. The MBTA would like to remind Lynn residents that a number of fare changes will go into effect on July 1st, 2022. The one-day Link Pass will be reduced from $12.75 to $11. It pays for itself if 5 subway rides are taken within 24 hours of buying the pass. The transfer processes will also be standardized to allow all combinations of second transfers. This includes the subway, buses, and express buses. Riders could go from the subway to one bus, then to a second bus. This alters the original policy, which only allowed for one transition between the bus and subway. There will also be reduced fares for eligible riders. This includes high school, and middle school students, those 65 and older, those with disabilities, people with a Medicare card, and those 18 to 25 with low income. A few stations will not have the new fare products. These include Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, Fenway Park, Lynn Busway, Museum of Fine Arts, Woburn-Anderson, and Woburn Union Station. For more information and to read the full policies, go to lyntv.org. Nurse practitioner Gargi Cooper of Lynn Community Health Center received the 2022 Beacon of Hope Award last Thursday. This award is given by the Lynn Continuum of Health, a group of nonprofit organizations focused on ending homelessness and housing insecurity in Lynn. Cooper is the medical director for the Deborah Smith Walsh Recuperative Center, an organization which provides short-term care for homeless people who are sick. She has also served 4 years on the Lynn Continuum of Health Board of Directors. To read the full article, head to our website, lyntv.org. The Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beaches are looking for your opinion on the public and environmental health risks at Kings Beach, as well as the posted signage. To complete this survey, also head to our website, lyntv.org. The New American Association of Massachusetts, a Lynn-based organization, received a $100,000 grant from the Cummings Foundation. Their focus is to help immigrants and refugees in the Lynn community. This money will be used to hire a new case manager who can work with Spanish-speaking immigrants. Additional services they offer are English as a second language courses, employment services, citizen application assistance, and youth programs. North Shore Juneteenth Association, in collaboration with many other organizations, held a Juneteenth celebration at Lynn Museum this past Sunday. A variety of performers, from singers to traditional African dancers, took turns taking center stage for the event. Nicole McLean, president and founder of the North Shore Juneteenth Association, coordinates the event so the community can see and understand the full history of African Americans in America, as well as celebrate their culture. There were also several local vendors, soul food, and a make-your-own Juneteenth bracelet station. Here is part of the celebration.
Juneteenth, we are celebrating the holiday for the second time here at Lynn Museum, Lynn Arts in partnership with North Shore Juneteenth Association, Inc. We are here all day from 11 to 5 celebrating the holiday. We have different vendors, black and brown small businesses that you can support. We have some art making activities, some food, and then a full day of performances. So it's a lot of fun. This is the second time that Lynn Museum, Lynn Arts has joined in as a partner and offered our space as a venue for the festival. But I know Nicole and her team at North Shore Juneteenth Association, Inc. have been doing it for a number of years here in the Lynn community. I think it's important to just spread awareness in the community about the holiday. I know this year it's a federal holiday, so a lot more people who may not have known about the Juneteenth holiday are learning about the significance of it and why we celebrate it. But I think for us, it's just great to be a community partner and celebrate different initiatives that are relevant to the community here in Lynn. So we're excited to be here today. Unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate, but we're still having a great time, and it's just great to celebrate this history here in Lynn. Just thanks to North Shore Juneteenth Association, Inc. for all the work that they do, educating not only the Lynn community, but the greater North Shore about the significance of Black American history. I know that Nicole and her team have been busy doing flag racings, it feels like all over. So just very gracious for the work that they do and celebrating Black Americans here in Lynn.
Juneteenth is a newly recognized federal holiday, having been signed into law by President Biden just last year. However, this was the 7th annual celebration by NSJA in Lynn and has been recognized by the community long before becoming an official federal holiday. June 16th had 3 middle school graduations: Breed Middle School, Thurgood Marshall Middle School, and Pickering Middle School. The graduates heard from Dr. Patrick Tutwiler, Superintendent of Schools, as well as Mayor Nicholson. Here's a clip from the ceremonies.
It is such an honor and a privilege to be here on behalf of the City of Lynn to send our congratulations, to send our wishes for best of luck on your next steps. I know for a lot of you, you're filled with excitement, you're filled with pride, as you should be.
Sure, you've completed the requisite coursework, and no doubt you have all done well. That is important to be sure, but you've also met what we educators call the hidden criteria. You've demonstrated responsibility, you've successfully navigated what can be a very complex and often challenging social scene during a uniquely challenging time. You all persevere.
We are also here to celebrate and congratulate all the families who are here today celebrating with you, all the families that would like to be here. Congratulations to you as well.
For the past 2 years, we have been unable to hold a promotional ceremony. And I must say, I am very happy to be back at this special event today. These 8th graders before you today are truly a special group, and each of them deserve to be celebrated.
Congratulations to all graduates. Lynn Pride Week was this past week, and there are a variety of events to celebrate Pride Month led and organized by United Lynn Pride. Their mission is to increase the visibility of the LGBTQ+ community in Lynn by promoting inclusion, diversity, and education, as well as raising awareness in the general community. United Lynn Pride is a group of individuals composed of activists, artists, allies, leaders, and organizations. They came together to organize Pride Week to continue to build upon past Pride celebrations in Lynn, while also acknowledging the work that still needs to be done. A Pride flag raising took place at City Hall this past Tuesday to celebrate Pride Week. LGBTQ+ leaders, as well as Mayor Nicholson, gathered to watch the rainbow flag hoisted over the City Hall, waving proudly for all to see. Here's a clip from the event.
Welcome to the 2022 Lynn Pride Flag Racing Ceremony. You know, a lot of people were saying, how come Lynn is not racing their flags? Because we always produce the biggest people attendees during flag racing, simultaneous with North Shore Pride. So let's give ourselves a round of applause.
If you ask me why I chose a pronoun, I will tell you, it's all about respect. It's the same line as please and thank you. We all know who we are. We are who we wish to be. Just look around. The definition is different. Love is love.
I just want to say on behalf of the City of Lynn how important this is for us to recognize Pride, to recognize the LGBTQ+ community and celebrate members of the LGBT+ community during Pride and all year round.
Thank you so much to the entire community for coming out. Lynn has made tremendous progress over the years in recognizing and celebrating the LGBTQ+ community. I'm so proud to be from the city that's so welcoming.
We're really grateful that we have a strong LGBT community in the City of Lynn and want to be there to support them and recognize them and really believe strongly that this City Hall, this administration, the entire City of Lynn is lucky to have them here and really values what they offer, and that all means all, and that we're there to support you.
Following the flag raising was the lighting of several underpasses throughout the city in rainbow lights. The nonprofit Beyond Walls organized the event while also designing the lights placed on the underpass. Acting as a central point, the flag raising at City Hall took place first, with the underpasses lit aglow in rainbow later that night.
I'm very honored to be here, to be part of the United Lynn Pride. This is the first time in a long time that all organizations are gathered together to create a United Lynn group. So we're looking forward to a lot of activities this week.
I think the arts offers really great examples of how important representation is and inclusion is, and the arts does a great job at that and is doing that tonight, including recognizing the LGBTQ+ community that we have here in Lynn.
George Avery, City of Lynn, the Office of the Lynn City Council offers their sincerest congratulations to George Shakutis in recognition of providing a safe space for the LGBTQ+ community of Lynn to celebrate Pride safely.
All right, be it known that Mayor Nicholson hereby extends his most sincere congratulations and his great appreciation to Kristen Frenning in recognition of spearheading Lynn Pride initiatives at Lynn City Hall. And be it further known that the entire City of Lynn extends its best wishes for continued success, great joy, and happiness. Congratulations. Official citation, and my most sincere congratulations and great appreciation to Robert Tish Muse in recognition of spearheading Pride festivities at Lynn City Hall, and be it further known that the entire City of Lynn extends its best wishes for continued success, great joy, and happiness. Thank you so much for all that you've done.
This is the second year this event has taken place. There will be pop-up splash pads this summer to help the Lynn community stay cool. They will be in various locations throughout the city. Here's a video of where they will be located.
The City of Lynn splash pads are now open daily from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. The city has 3 splash pads, which are located at Flax Pond Park on Chestnut Street, Kiley Park on Sanderson Ave, and at Neptune Boulevard Park, located next to Lynn Tech.
Coming up is the Lynn Lowdown, but first some local and professional sports news. The North Shore Navigators are off to a 3-12 start. They were able to stop a 6-game losing skid by sweeping a doubleheader against the Newport Gulls on Sunday, 4-1 and 1-0 respectively. In the second game, pitcher Cooper Smith recorded a 7-inning shutout, only allowing 2 hits compared to 6 strikeouts in his first outing of the summer. The Navs have struggled to generate offense this season, having only scored 6 runs in their last 3 games. The Boston Red Sox have moved up to third in the AL East standings with a 39-31 record, thanks to a 5-1 run this past week. Tanner Houck is back in the Red Sox bullpen and has made his return known with a save in Monday night's 5-2 victory over the Tigers. The Fenway crowd also caught a surprise ahead of Monday night's game when Manny Ramirez came onto the field during pregame to throw the first pitch and accept his Red Sox Hall of Fame plaque from another Red Sox legend, David Ortiz. Ramirez was inducted last month after playing for the Red Sox from 2001 to 2008. The Sox will be on the road for the next week to take on the newly renamed Cleveland Guardians, the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Chicago Cubs. And that is your sports update. On this week's edition of the Lynn Lowdown, we sat down with Chris Gomez, Director of Elder Services for the City of Lynn, to discuss the new Senior Center. Here is the Lowdown. Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori. I am the brand new news director here at LCTV, and I'm joined today by Chris Gomez from the Lynn Senior Center. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. So we're talking about the new Lynn Senior Center. So could you maybe say what your position is within the center, like what your role is?
So I'm the Director of Elder Services. I'm the Director of the Senior Center.
Mm-hmm. So this Senior Center it's brand new. It just opened, or
yes.
When did it?
We opened about almost a month ago for a soft opening. Mm-hmm. We're open for limited hours until we're ready. There's some little minor logistical issues, mm-hmm. and then we'll open full time very soon.
Oh, great. So have you been involved with creating this new center from the beginning? Did you get involved later? Like, how did that work?
I would say from the very beginning. I got hired about a year and a couple months ago, like a year and 3 months. At the time, we didn't have a senior center, so it was part of my job to help look for one. And then with the help of Councilor Chakoutis, she does so much for our senior community, and she had a big part in finding this new property and this new senior center for us.
And in your opinion, why do you think it's so important to have this senior center?
Well, it's a need. Our senior center is a lifeline for our seniors. A lot of them, the only quality meal they get is at the senior center. Not only that, every city has a senior center. Lynn, we were without one for a couple of years, unfortunately. But the seniors get a lot of programming, services here, and they find out what's going on in the community. It's a place for them to interact socially, especially after the pandemic when a lot of them were isolated and may have been suffering from depression. The senior center is really very crucial for seniors in Lynn.
And so you mentioned different services. So what kind of services does the center provide now, or are you looking to provide in the future?
So actually starting on Tuesday, we'll start providing congregate meals on a daily basis. And then as we evolve and grow, we're gonna offer, we're gonna have doctors come in and visit, podiatrists, the public health nurses come in, and they've done public health clinics. We're going to do vaccine clinics. We're going to do, as I've said before, we envision it being a one-stop all for seniors where they can do everything they have to in one place, hopefully.
Right, of course. And the different kind of programming you do, is it like certain nights you do certain things, or is it scheduled, or is it a little bit more like?
Yes, as of now, we put out a schedule every week and we post it on the Senior Center Facebook about the upcoming week schedule. Like, we'll do bingo, we do Fridays are usually like parties, like they can listen to music and kind of free form. And then we try to pick one day of the week where a city department comes and kind of talks about the services they provide, what else they can do. And bingo is a huge hit, so the seniors love bingo. And we do out, last night we were at the Red Sox game and we try to do like little field trips and stuff. But as we move and grow, we plan on doing a whole lot more.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I was at the game last night. It was a good one.
It was a great game.
And I do have to ask, I was over there for an event you had recently, and I think it was a member of your team was talking about something you were doing with handprints. Did you want to talk about that?
So as we grow and, we welcome back our seniors to the Senior Center, we kind of want to have an imprint, and everyone has hands. We're all stakeholders in the Senior Center. So everyone that comes in, they put paint on their hands, and then we put it on a paper and they sign it. And then these will get laminated and placed around the whole Senior Center. So it's kind of reflective. We see where we are and where we're going. So eventually they'll be all over the walls and everyone will have a little piece of their Senior Center.
No, that's awesome. That's a great idea. Have you done one? Have any of your team done one? No?
Most of the team has done it. I'm waiting till we do the grand opening and I'll do mine.
Oh, okay. That's a good plan. That works well. And so you mentioned that you have limited hours for now. What would those hours be? So
they're usually from 10 to 12 every day. We're really trying to expand the hours. Once we can get the city network over at the Senior Center, the regular hours will be 9 to 3, which hopefully will be very soon. That's great. That's great. Giving them a place to go, a place to socialize with others. Do you think that the pandemic did and still is happening, do you think that affected the need to get a senior center, or do you think that was always really a need for this city? There was always a need, but the pandemic exacerbated it because, the seniors went to the Senior Center to kind of find out about everything, services that are available for them in programming, and it's just a need. We have a huge senior population, between 14 to 16,000. Oh, wow. And even we're averaging about 45 seniors a day and more. At our event on Tuesday with the state delegation, we had 90 to 100. So we're probably the most popular senior center in the North Shore. And our seniors, they really need it. They're there early, they stay late. We say 10 to 12, but it's usually like 9 to 1 anyways. But they love it and we love having them, and we're really here to serve them. Right. Yeah. And so since this is a brand new center, you mentioned that there used to be a senior center. So are you bringing over any ideas, programs that used to happen, or is this just totally new, brand new, like everything's different? There was a senior center before where, if we think it was a good idea before, we're not going to reinvent the wheel, but a lot of it is going to be brand new programming and stuff just to whatever, we're meeting the needs of our community. So our community is ever evolving and we have to be as well. Are there any specific programs you're really looking forward to launching? Yes, our computer programming. So we want to teach seniors how to access the internet, how to use the internet. We've got several grants and computers. So once we're able to open our brand new computer lounge, I think it's going to be great because we're going to do a teach the teacher model. So then we'll teach someone and then they'll be able to teach a class and so on and so forth. And it'll be great because this way they can access the internet, they can access the news, they can access the Senior Center, see what's going on. And I think it'll be a great help. and I'm really interested in doing intergenerational programming. Dr. Tutwiler has been in full support. The pandemic kind of slowed things down, but hopefully by next school year we'll be able to start some of that as well. And the congregate meals, I think, is going to be huge, because a lot of our seniors, that was where they would get their real good meal, nutritious meal for their day. So us being able to provide that through GLIS, I think is going to be great, and it's going to help out a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's great. Those sound like really good programs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of grandkids are going to be very grateful to you that they're not constantly being asked how the internet works.
Yeah.
And is there any last things that you wanted to say about the center, maybe any events you had coming up, or anything that you wanted to let the community know about?
Well, the congregate meals is big. Next week we'll start that. And know that all seniors are welcome. Everyone's welcome. We have a very welcoming space. We want to be accepting of all, and we really just want to meet people where they're at and just be a positive place for the community. And summertime's coming up. If seniors have cooling issues or problems, they're always welcome at the Senior Center. They can come and cool, get refreshments, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And just one more time, what your hours are and where you're located.
So our hours are 10 to 12. We're on 37 Friend Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, on 1902. But we will be expanding hours within a week or two to 9 to 3.
No, that's great. That's great. And thank you again for coming on the show. This has been great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. So this has been the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori. We'll see you next week. Now for the community calendar. The We Do Recovery Walk and Summer Reading Kickoff are just around the corner. Head to the High Rock Tower tomorrow, starting at 9:30 a.m. to sign up for the walk. The official walk begins at 11 a.m. The Summer Reading Kickoff will also begin at 11 a.m. on the lawn outside the Lynn Library. The grand opening of the Greater Lynn Photographic Association's exhibit at the Democus YMCA is this Sunday from 12 to 3 p.m. The exhibit will be up from June 26th to the 28th of August. For more details, head to our website, lyntv.org, and watch the Lynn Lowdown from last week, where we sat down with 2 members of the GLPA. A celebration for Rashida Elias will take place at 5:15 p.m. at City Hall on Tuesday, where a special announcement will be made. July 4th is right around the corner, and Lynn has big plans to celebrate. On July 3rd, go to Lynn Arts at 25 Exchange Street to hear the reading of a Frederick Douglass speech at 6 p.m. Then head over to Red Rock Park to enjoy a free concert and fireworks. Lois Lane and the Daily Planets will be performing from 7 to 9 p.m., with fireworks scheduled to begin immediately following the performance. For more details and to see the complete community calendar, head to lyntv.org. That is all for this week's news. Stay connected and up to date on all the latest news by going to our website, lyntv.org, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Lynn Community Television. Also, follow us on Instagram at Lynn Television or Lynn Community Television on Facebook. I'm Dani Vittori, and we'll see you next week with more news from Lynn.